We are broadcasting inside the Salad Lab. Hey everybody, what's going on? Today's Tuesday. Welcome to day two of Build a Capsule Wardrobe Workshop. My name is Suze and I am so excited for today. We have a lot to cover today. I'm really thrilled with everyone that was showing up yesterday live and also watched on our replay. I'll just do a real quick recap and then we have an announcement of a raffle winner and then we'll get right into choosing your pieces. Okay, wanted to again just refer to some of the concepts we talked about yesterday about your goals and your challenges. So I loved all the comments. We had some who are confused about what to wear going back to an office or not feeling confident, really is probably the better way to refer to it. Please, guys, I would love for you to continue sharing your challenges, and then as we go into choosing our pieces, I'd love for you guys to share also the items that you're finding in your wardrobe, working with your workbook, and we'll look at that too. If anybody here is just joining us today, please let Stacy know that you're in need of the workbook and she will make sure and get that link sent to you. So yesterday we talked about the 3-step strategy that I use to help solve these issues and conundrums with my clients and teach them how to have an empowered wardrobe full of fantastic planned outfits so that you can look and feel confident and on brand every day, no matter what you're doing. You're going to know exactly what to wear. We also talked briefly about your style aesthetic. So we looked at 3 different most common styles: the classic modern with pieces that are monochromatic, clean lines from places like Eileen Fisher, DKNY, Black House, White House Black Market. We also identified the preppy sporty, which is some simple clean lines as well, but you're going to add in prints and some bold colors and fun patterns. J. Crew, Bowden, Fleur. And then we talked about our third one, which is the Bohemian Feminine, which is my style aesthetic. Flirty details like ruffles and lots of prints like leopard and international flair. Places like Anthropologie, Nanette Lepore, Tory Burch, they're all got that feminine and bohemian style. So once you have gone through and reviewed these styles and which one is yours, it's really going to help you identify these capsule wardrobe pieces that are your style, right? That's why it's so important. Before we get into today's content, I am going to ask you guys if you are able to click on the eCam link just above the broadcast here to let the Facebook app know you're here joining me. And we have a few people joining us here saying, hello, beautiful women, all across the nation and places around the world. In Africa and in France, we have Style Lab members here inside the group. So welcome any and all, especially our new people who've joined. Super excited to have you in this amazing, warm, and welcoming and a place of sharing struggles and wins. We have a raffle winner. So I want to thank Ruthie, who has been such a support and really excited to participate. And she's probably going to be watching the replay today, but she is the winner for sharing. She sent out an email to a lot of her friends and even some of her clients. She has her health coaching business. So thank you, Colleen, for sharing. You are the lucky winner of a Ulta little gift bag. So I love the spring color of this bright orange. You can see that I love these bright colors. So I am going to be showing you a little bit with trend of bubblegum pink is on trend for this year. So if you have anything in this bright color, make sure you pop it out. So Colleen wins a little gift bag. It's a little makeup bag and some goodies in here, some fun little travel size makeup, and also an eye cover, if you recall those things, sleeping mask, right? Perfect for travel. This is going to be really useful, especially while we talk about our Pack with Purpose, our extra bonus content on Friday. So make sure you guys mark your calendars and set your alerts for every day this week. We're doing this workshop at 12 noon Central to 12:45. Try really hard to keep it on time. Today we might go a little bit over because we have so many pieces to go through. But anyway, so that's our raffle winner for today. I do have a homework stream for yesterday's homework, and I'll do one for today too, so that we have a place for you just to put your homework and to start showing your pieces, because this is where we get a lot of traction. Is after today you're going to be going in your closet, you're going to be looking at your workbook, and I'm just going to share screen now and show you where we are with our there we are, where we are with our workbook. Make sure you get yours. This is what it looks like if you guys have not yet received it. So please do get that, because it's a prompt for all of your learning. It's a repeat and a brief repeat of what we're talking about today, but it's a prompt for you to do your action steps so that you gain the result of what you're here for today and this whole week. So we're going to launch into your hero pieces. Dun, dun, dun. Who's excited? Who's excited? Give me a high five if you're ready. I'd love to know anybody who has looked ahead at the 12 pieces and is gung-ho like I am, likes to be the anti-procrastinator. Please let me know in the comments. Here we are with our timeless foundational pieces. I call them hero pieces. We're going to start out with a new classic that I have added that wasn't on this list 2 years ago. Okay, so you can see from my list here that it is the jogger. It is a luxe version of a jogger. Now, we've been wearing these for the last 2 years. It is true, but why not invest in a high quality, and maybe some of you guys have already, a luxurious quality high-end brand that's going to give you that feeling of just luxury. Okay, so I'm going to show you some of my favorites. And we're also going to talk about the new jean shape, and we're going to get into the duster cardigan, just to give you a quick overview, the white blouse. Our other pieces, we're going to get through 8 pieces today, a knit dress, okay, the classic blazer, always a go-to, and I'll show you, we'll talk a little bit about some of the designs that are coming out right now, which are a little bit relaxed, the leather jacket, and the classic coat. So those are 8 pieces we're going to get together. We're going to go through today. So I'm just going to come back to my screen. Let's see. Here we go. And so you can see all the pieces behind me here. Now, the Luxe Jogger, what I'm going to show you is a capsule collection that is in the warm color family. Okay, I'm just going to adjust a little bit so you guys can see me. All right. All right, warm color family. Okay, so what does that mean? So we're going to talk about this more specifically tomorrow and also later in the week about choosing colors that are representative of your style and flatter your skin tone, but you're going to keep them in a warm or a cool color family. Okay, so warm meaning if you look at the rainbow, we're going to start at the bottom. So you get your yellows, oranges, reds, and that goes for your bold colors as well as your muted tones, as well as mixed colors on the color wheel where you have a blending of these burgundies, ochres, so gold tones, tan, these are the neutrals, a warm brown. Okay, all of these, when you select these colors, they all go together. It makes it so much easier to mix and match. Okay, now a cold or a cool color family at the top of the rainbow, right? Black, it tends to go more into the cools, silvers, a cool gray, a blue, light blue, navy, purple. And then it's interesting because a burgundy or a raspberry can pop in there, and so can red and raspberry, or raspberry is more of a cool red, right? Or you could have more of a coral red. So red is really interesting, and red and gray are actually quite neutral in that they can go into both color families. And I'm going to show you guys a little bit how my red goes in with my warm color family. So the joggers I have chosen that I wear all the time are, I'm going to show you guys real close up here. This is a pant from Athleta. Okay, the traditional athleisure brands have have really stepped it up with the fabrics. And so Athleta and Lucy are some of the ones I'm going to show you. DKNY. There's a lot of brands that are now making athleisure. So your favorite brand may have a version of a jogger like this that's got these ruching details at the bottom. What I love about this is it lets me take the hem up, right? So if I have a tall boot, ankle boot for spring, and I want to bring the hem up, I can do that by just pulling on this little adjustable string. So these burgundy pants, are maybe even eggplant, you could even call it, are perfect for pairing with all of my warm colors. So I also have a gray pair. If you guys are looking for resources, we also have several people in this group here who do work with athleisure brands. Jermaine Caprio is a local in Oak Park manufacturer of athleisure, and her brand is called ME Majamas. She makes a great jogger pant. And then Kelly Armstrong has been in here posting. I've asked her to post from her brand called Zaya, and they have some beautiful joggers. If you guys, after the broadcast, want to scroll down, you can see some of her pictures of her. Okay, so a few tips. I'm asking for petites and struggle with proportion, and you shy away from certain pieces that don't always fit well. So it's interesting that we've had a question about petites because I am quite short. I'm 5'1", and I do love to wear long layers. It's very elongating. And so one of the things is just trying to play with your concept of the idea of a petite. Just because part of it is what you're used to doing and what you're seeing as a comfort zone. So maybe pushing yourself out of a comfort zone. So I'm going to show you some long pieces that are going to challenge you a little bit. Manufacturers are not really making petites anymore, not as many, because it is more costly to have more patterning and a depth of line of pieces. So that's sizes. So if you have a whole petite section and it's a whole list of sizes from 0 to 14 before you go into plus sizes, and then you've got a petite, and you've got a whole, that's 8 other sizes that you have to manufacture. So because of what has happened with the economy, especially in the last 2 years, manufacturers are really not going deeper into those lines, just as an FYI. But do reach out to me personally if you want to go into more detail. I am offering a style call to everybody this week and next week. So hop on a call if you have a real specific question you want to dig into with me. So these are the Lucy pants. What I like about these is this charcoal gray is just such a really good warm neutral. It's got a stretchy waistband that's got an adjustment here. And again, the bottom of the cup here, to look for these is great. Now, some of these pants have zippers. Our friend here who is petite, probably the zipper one is not going to be the best solution for you because it's fixed at the bottom. These I actually had hemmed. I did because they were so long. What I like about these, again, like I said, is you can pull on a drawstring to create a cuffed bottom, or you could leave it open and have it be just a long, wide leg. So really useful. I love things that have dual purpose. So those are from Lucy. Okay, moving on to the new jean shape. We're just going to keep a quick pace here because I've got so many things to go through. I am going to try to keep up with your questions, but I can always answer them later too, okay? So please do ask them. All right, so jeans. Oh my gosh. You guys, I've had so many questions about jeans. I always get a million questions about jeans. Which jeans is right for our body shape? I wrote a whole book called The T-Shirt and Jeans Handbook. So if you guys are interested, ask me how to get one. And I'm just going to show you what it looks like because this was in response to making outfits in women's closets and noticing that they were just needed some basics. Really where the whole idea of basics came from, like the 5 basic jeans and the 5 basic t-shirts. So anyway, what is on trend right now for jeans is a straight or wide leg, okay? I think we can finally agree that the skinny jean has lost its stranglehold on the world. At least I'm helping clients to shop for anything other than skinny jeans. You can still wear your skinnies, I think, for fall, winter, and tucked into a boot, a tall boot. But let's do something new, y'all. Alrighty. So I am going to show you guys tops and the jackets, and I'm going to be pairing them with the joggers and the pants. So you're going to see the way the outfits are coming together. We're first just going to go through each piece. So the new jean shape is a straight, consider maybe a higher rise, which you're going to have to actually because that's really pretty much all the manufacturers are making, although they are starting to bring in, back in, yay, so happy, some mid-rise. So for us little petites, right, especially for me, I have a short body. So when it comes to proportion, So, you know, my boobs end here and then my waist starts here, and this is 2 inches, you guys. So for me to wear an ultra high rise, it's gonna be super uncomfortable and it's gonna look odd because the proportion is gonna make my legs look longer. So body shape is something that you want to take into consideration with these different rise, high rise, mid rise, low rise. Manufacturers are not making, thank God, and they're uncomfortable, right? So some of you guys who maybe have short bodies like me may still have some of your low rise jeans and they may feel comfortable. But a straight jean or a slightly flare, okay, is what we want to encourage you guys to embrace. All right, so a flare jean is slightly retro. I'm going to show you this one first, okay? So when I say retro, I mean they've been around forever. The flare jean has been around since the 60s, right? When jeans became popular. But if you look at the bottom of this jean that I had hemmed, again, because I'm short, I had these hemmed right at my ankle because I really like a cropped or a ankle length that shows off my shoes, and it makes it a little easier to style than having them be very long. However, a longer length is now back on trend, and then I have to choose a taller shoe to go with it. So I can wear a flat sandal, a sneaker, a little ankle boot. I can also wear a tall boot with it, or a taller ankle boot with the jean. This dark rinse, these are from Levi's, you guys, one of my favorites, is so indispensable. This is actually a mid-rise. So the rise is about 7 inches from the top of the jean to where the leg meets with the crotch, right? So you want to know that measurement. You guys, I've done a whole workshop on jeans, and so maybe if you let me know if you would like to see another workshop on jeans. But the dark rinse really helps you to get the maximum out of this pair of jeans and even treat it like it is a trouser, right? So some of you guys going back into an office, you may find, depending on your industry, that it may be acceptable you have to check with HR, right, to wear a dark rinse jean that doesn't have, there's no distressing, there's no holes, there's no raggedy bits on these. Very classic pair of jeans. So it's just a must-have go-to. Along those lines, a black jean is also encouraged because it looks like a pair of pants, but you have the chic comfort of jeans, okay? So these are also Levi's. They're a little bit higher rise. So this rise is about 9.5 inches, almost 10 inches. I know that's actually a little bit high for me. I don't wear these as often, but these are a straight cut, okay? And what I did was, so they go straight down. They're just a long, tall drink of water. And what I did was, I cut these myself. They're wrinkled, but I just cut them. I measured the hem, the length that I wanted, and I cut them and then I washed them, and they fray beautifully on their own. If you're going to wear these to an office, though, guys, I would have them hemmed. Okay. The last jean that I think is really important for you guys to consider if you're getting new jeans in a straight cut, like I mentioned, is gray. This charcoal color, it's actually quite a light charcoal color. It is really refreshing for spring and summer. And again, these grays go so nice with all of my warm color tones, right? With my tans, my burgundies, and my little pop of color with the tops. Consider getting a gray jean. These are Joe's jeans, and I got them at Nordstrom Rack. Other jeans that I like are 7 for All Mankind, a G7 is still around, yeah. NYDJ. They used to be called Not Your Daughter's Jeans, which I never liked that. So they kind of became an acronym of themselves. So they are NYDJ. And then Lucky Brand, you guys, especially for us curvy girls who have a, again, proportion around boom, like me, Lucky Brand and NYDJ are really good brands for jeans. Yeah, you like the Levi's look. They're classic, right, guys? I mean, if you were to add another pair of jeans, which that's not what we're doing, we're trying to corral into 12 pieces, but I would go with a fun kind of boyfriend beat-up jean in the Levi. That's what I would do. But we are creating a capsule, so I am suggesting that one pair of jeans, and you can get them in a charcoal and a dark rinse, or a black and a straight jean, is going to help you to, you know, really pair with all of your tops, your knits, with minimal effort, right? Maximum effect. Dun, dun, dun. The Duster cardigan is next. Okay, so This is something that it's a piece that literally goes with everything, okay? You've probably been putting these on since childhood. Yes, a cardigan. However, the newer shapes are what is working really right now. I mentioned that this long maxi cardigan or a duster or a draped cardigan really helps to bring the eye in and down. And that's why they're slimming and flattering to all body shapes. And what I love is, again, guess what color I've chosen? Gray and tan, okay? So the gray one, I want to show you that this one is from, it's a company, I actually got this in Nashville. There's one here in Chicago. It's called Marine Layer. This is a little heavier. I'm still wearing it now because it's still quite cool in Chicago. Depending on your climate, if you're in northern temperatures like Julie Coe, she's up in Toronto, she's probably grabbing this one too. But if you look at how long it is, it goes down to my ankle. Again, I'm short, but it's such a great piece because it's going to go with all of my basics, but it's really going to be beautiful when you pair it with a bold pop of color, right? And tie in with your camels and your browns. Okay, gray and brown are just perfect neutrals to go together. All right, so the other cardigan I want to show you is, so this was very lightweight, so it's perfect for travel and perfect for spring and summer. And this is a Majestic Fletchers, I don't know where. I got this one also in Nashville on a different trip to Nashville. And it's very lightweight. It has a dolman sleeve to it. It just looks really flattering on, guys. And I wear it constantly with a tank top underneath or a tank type of blouse or a sleeveless blouse because I don't want to get my arm stuck in there. Going to spring, summer, this is a perfect one. And again, it's going to layer so nicely and look beautifully with our gray jeans, with our black, with our denim, and all of our basic tops. So that is a tan cardigan. I'm just going to look at a couple of your, where should we hit? Oh, for the crops. Yeah, always worry about the high waters. Okay, depending on how tall you are, you may have some trauma from growing up with jeans that were too short, right? So the crop look is, as I mentioned, really flattering on all bodies, but you really can't go more than 2 inches above the ankle. That is going to be the crop length, no matter how tall you are. Okay, so our next piece is a silky white or cream blouse. Depending on your skin tone, you may find that stark whites, there's so many different colors of whites, more grayish, more yellowish. You're gonna have to play with that a little bit, but it's really beautiful, basic for all seasons. You want to choose something that's really luxurious, it just feels good on your skin, it doesn't scratch. And then preferably a top that, if you have a button-up top that can create a V shape. This is a very flattering shape, or a lower scoop. Just want to avoid a crew neck, a high crew neck, okay? Just because that tends to cut off our skin a little bit, and this V shape is very flattering because it reinforces the hourglass shape, okay? That makes sense. All right, so I'm just going to show you a couple that I have. Again, going into spring, summer, still could be a little bit chilly, but I have this cold shoulder top that's from Madewell, I believe. Yeah, Madewell. And I love it. It's a few years old, but I still wear it and I still feel really chic in it. So you may notice that this cold shoulder may be too on trend, off trend for you, and you wouldn't reach for it. It's just that the shoulder is the most flattering part of a woman's body. Even if you don't like your arms, but you want to show a little skin, the cold shoulder is just a great top. And so this one is a cotton and linen, and it's a little bit of a wider shape. So I just tuck in the front in the little French tuck like I'm doing here with my Matador top from Zara. And then it helps to pull in the volume a little bit so you don't feel like you have some, or I should say, you have definition to your waist, okay? And then going into summer, I'm going to choose a sleeveless top. This one is from, okay, it's a Nordstrom brand. You can find it at boutiques as well. But I just love the way that it falls so beautifully. It's made of silk. And again, it can be pulled in a little bit of the volume and tucked into your jeans with a belt, and to layer again with your joggers and your cardigans. Okay, so that's a white blouse. It just goes with everything, all right? And let's see, other brands that I wanted to mention for you guys for the duster: Banana Republic, Express, Chico's. Those are good places to find them. The white blouse, I mentioned Nordstrom, and Taylor always has a good lineup, and even the bananas. The white blouses. If you have the bohemian feminine style aesthetic, I do like Zara and Anthropologie for finding these basics with a little bit of detail. Give them a little bit of individualism, a little bit of creativity, these bits of ruffle and a little bit of lace, right? Okay, V-neck is flattering, sometimes difficult to find tops that provide enough coverage without popping open at the button. Yeah, so advice on those types of tops. Agreed. If you have a large bosom, you want to look at a V-neck that has enough space that you might be able to do a hook, a little hook your tailor can put, like with the wrap dresses, like Diane von Furstenberg, who made those popular in the 70s and still makes them. They're such a great go-to because it has the V-neck wrap and it has a belt, right? So it's all built in. And what I have done for clients who felt that a little bit exposed is have them take their tops to a tailor and have them put a little hook and eye, and then just on the inside, and just creates that little bit of coverage. You only really need like a little, almost like an inch, really, just to get a little bit more coverage. The other thing that I recommend is a bra or a camisole underneath it that matches, so, or coordinates. So for example, I don't have a V, not really showing a V, but this gray top, I would, if I was afraid of this being too low, say this was a V, I would have a camisole overlay, I would put over my, or a bralette to put over the bra that has a little bit of lace here, so that the lace is what's coming up, and that is a pretty detail, and you're not showing as much cleavage, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. All right, how are we doing, guys? Is this resonating? Are you guys feeling, am I going too fast? Okay, because I am trying to get through all the pieces and I want to show you why they're so important and give you also brands. But just keep with your comments. You guys are doing a great job. Oh yeah, someone loves their duster cardigan. Awesome. And we've got also a response to the hook and eye closure. As I mentioned, like those wrap styles, depending on your height, those may work really well for you. Or other flattering shapes is a lower scoop, like I showed with the gray top here. All right, on to our next one, the knit dress. Okay. So you guys may have heard over the years of an LBD, the little black dress. Like a hardworking go-to, a simple black dress that you can take on trips with you. It's something that is made of a knit fabric that is easy to control wrinkling and that kind of thing. You can just pop it on and go. So I'm taking that to a next level and encouraging you to think of another color and something that might have a little bit more personality to it. So I'm calling it just a knit dress. I'm not calling it a little black dress because, again, I'm hoping that your capsule wardrobe is not going to be all black. Now, some black is certainly necessary and a good component, like a great pair of black trousers or like those black jeans. But I want you to think a little out of that linear thinking of black and white, of too much black and white, because what black does is it absorbs all the color around us, and it actually forces us to recede into the background. And we don't want to do that. You want to show up bright and bold, right? Like with my pink. Let's see. I'm going to show you my knit dress. This is a beautiful knit dress that has a little ruffle at the bottom. Again, it's simple, but it has these fun details like this little opening here. And actually, believe it or not, it fits me and does not show too much cleavage, even with my short body. But I had it tailored. I had it taken in here and here so that it would be more fitted here because it didn't quite fit right. So this was actually a resale piece, and it's Missoni, which is classic for their knitwear. Okay, beautifully made high-end pieces. And again, I wear this and I just feel like $1,000,000 in it. The color is interesting. You probably can't really tell. It is actually a very dark grayish green. Okay, it's a Loden green. And so it actually technically will go into a warm or a cool palette. It's going to look really amazing with my tans. See how that looks with that, with the tan cardigan, and then layering on some jewelry in my power of 3. So we're going to talk about that a little bit, which is layering these colors 3 times so that you make a cohesive outfit. And then it's got a place where I can put a belt, and then I'm going to just wear it. I can wear it so many ways. So that is my little knit dress. Everybody has to have one of those. And as far as places to go for those knit dresses, the places we've been already mentioning, if you want to support your local boutique, I love doing that. There's several in the Oak Park area that are women owned, and I love even calling them and asking them what type of knit dresses do you have coming in for spring. So that can save you some recon of running around, and going to a mall can feel soulless. But if you can support your local boutiques, I always encourage that. And then I did want to show you for fun, okay, this is a fun knit. It's really lightweight, and it has this beautiful smocking. So it is a trend it has been on trend actually for the last couple of years for finishing on garments, such as on this neckline here, and there's a beautiful little button in the back. And this one is Lulu's. Okay, so it's a lower end brand. Even though I always encourage you to invest in quality, this is actually a very beautifully made garment, this Lulu's. And I love the this little print. So it's a way to get a little personality into your wardrobe in these warm colors, okay? And it's a maxi dress, so it's perfect for summer, spring and summer. It's actually quite cooling in the summer, unless it's like really blistering hot. I love to bring this one on trips too because it doesn't wrinkle. So I've got some beautiful ruffle. You can see how long it is. It goes down to my ankle. And this little flutter sleeve is really flattering. It gives me a little bit of coverage, right? And I feel really chic in it, and I can dress it up with different belts and different jewelry. And I could actually pair this with like a black leather jacket or with my tan leather jacket. It's a really fun little outfit. And then we're gonna get to the leather jackets next, okay? After the blazers. So that is a fun little floral top. And again, when you're shopping online, guys, just look for all the dimensions, as many as possible. Even go in the chat and ask for armpit to armpit, shoulder to waist to hem, the width of the waist, right? And then compare those dimensions to items that you have in your closet already, okay? That's gonna save you a lot of trouble in returning stuff, because sizes don't make any difference practically anymore. You could be 3 sizes, even in the same brand, right? It could be a 2 and a 4 and a 6, all in let's see, some of the brands. Levi's, for example. I'm 2 sizes in those jeans, actually, depending on the height, the rise of the waist. So anyway, a measuring tape, a soft measuring tape, and a list of your dimensions is invaluable in saving you time. And that's what this whole workshop is about, right? Going to give you back your time and resources of money and time, because you can't get back time. What I meant was you're going to be getting back some of your ease and joy because you're saving some time. All right, so Lauren is here. Hey, doll. What fabric? Oh, the fabric of the dress. Okay, so this is actually a polyester with some lycra in it, because it's got a little bit of a give to it. So the polyesters now are really sophisticated, and not our grandmothers and mothers polyesters anymore where they didn't breathe, right? And you can feel confident going with that as a blend. Just avoid rayon and acetate. Those are 2 fibers, I should say, that don't breathe well and tend to pill in things like knits. You want to avoid those 2 things. So you just look for here's the tag right here, right? For the manufacturer's tag as to what is in it. What are the fibers in the garment itself? Okay, back to our list of our 8 hero items that we're doing today. Lori is here. Hey, sweetie. I know you've taken this workshop before and got so much value, and I appreciate you being here and wanting to update for spring. Okay, where are we? We're going to do the blazer. I went ahead here. Let me get my little sheet out. Okay, so a timeless blazer. Okay, so I think almost all of us have had one in our lives. Now, I do sometimes get resistance from people saying, I hate blazers, I never wear them. But I think the qualities that line up with a blazer, you can find in a more relaxed fit that are still going to make you feel pulled together. Just slurps you in, for lack of a better term. You can really take some of the blazers that you wore in your old corporate life, if you're still in a corporate life, and choose one that is a piece that's going to be really hardworking and give you that feeling of confidence. So when you walk into a presentation, that blazer goes on, and we're going to make sure that it's your style and lights you up, and it really feels good on your skin, right? Doesn't scratch, isn't dirty. It really is a way to feel polished. And you can pair it with all of your denim, your joggers, with your little tops, and you know that act of putting that blazer on sometimes is what is that switch that goes off in your brain, if you will, in that you are ready for some business, right? Ready for business. Some of my favorites are Theory and Tahari. They make a beautiful blazer. Those are all available at Nordstrom, and even you can find some at Nordstrom Rack if you're working with a budget. And one I have here is from Express. So you're going to have to just watch the detailing and the quality, but I love showing this blazer because I get so many compliments on it, and it is a creamy color. I would say more cream than white, and it's got these fun buttons. So what I love about this blazer is it's got a knockoff of the Balenciaga high-end blazer, but it's fully lined and it has a slightly shorter cuff. So any of you guys who have long, it may appear slightly cropped on you, which is okay too. But what I love about it is I get so many compliments when I wear this blazer, and it's very fitted, but it's stretchy and it has give, okay? So it looks like it's a double-breasted, which would not encourage because there's so much fabric with double-breasted, but it does just button right here, like just slightly coming over the other side of the, so funny because you guys are backward. So anyway, so it just makes me feel just pulled in and professional, right? So anyway, this is from Express. I think it's about $100 and a really good investment for adding to your pieces for wearing over everything. Again, it's such a good basic. It goes great with my jeans. Matter of fact, I've got a picture of myself. I'll put it in the chat of wearing, I think it's this top and wearing these jeans. And I think I had a little white boot with a brown belt and some gold jewelry and just dynamite, just killing it. All right, so that is our blazer. Oh, I brought another one just to show you guys that when it comes to choosing a blazer that feels amazing, this red blazer, you guys, I have had for probably 12 years. It is a classic, and it is from Talbot's. Now, they were going through a time where they really stepped up their style. And that has, I don't know what's going on with them now, but sorry, I'm so thirsty. So following certain brands, you're going to see there's some years where they're like, wow, they are just really killing it. And they must have a new designer, like White House Black Market right now. I love everything they're doing. Anyway, so it's worthwhile to look at these classic brands like Ann Taylor, etc., for a jacket that's going to last forever. Because this one, there's no way I'll ever get rid of it. It's just so beautifully made, and I just feel amazing in it. It's got the 2 buttons, so it's a little bit more shorter, so it's good for me, petite. Right now, you're going to see blazers that are a little bit more, I show some that are a little bit more relaxed fit. Okay, and that could be a good choice for you if you're not used to wearing a fitted blazer and you want to try the look and use it as even outerwear. That's what I love about a blazer. It's like spring and fall. This could be outerwear for me, right? So it could be a jacket, could be a coat, right? Anyway, this red, it's really a neutral red. In other words, it's not blue and it doesn't go into the cold family, it doesn't go into the warm family. It looks a little bit warmer here with my light, but again, red is just so beautiful with whites, grays and tans and browns. I avoid putting red with black because to me, they both hold so much energy that they compete against each other and they just look like jarring, a little bit jarring to me. I do not put red with black, but I put them with these warm neutrals. And look how pretty with the camel, right? So if this was a pair of camel pants, for example, that would look amazing. And let's see, I just want to show, there they are, with my gray jeans and my white top, and then put on like a necklace. It's got gray and white and red in it. Boom, perfect outfit. Okay. It even looks really good layered with pink. Red and pink are amazing. And with this burgundy. So with my red, again, I could put on my white top and put my joggers with this and throw on some more power of 3, other accessories with red, and boom, great outfit. Okay, so that is our fitted blazer, guys. Let's see. How's everybody doing? Let's see, we're doing it on time. We're gonna wrap up here in a few minutes because we're just over time. And summer months of if it breathes, and I think the jacket you were mentioning. So you're gonna in a warm climate, look for something maybe that doesn't have a full lining or even unlined, I would recommend. And then you can choose a silk fabric that's going to breathe. Linen, of course, always is known for its summer looks. But if you're okay with the wrinkle look, and I am, I think the wrinkle look actually looks very chic. Very Lauren Hutton, right? She's a very classic, wore a lot of linen. And so our leather jacket and our classic coat, we're just going to wrap up. So here are leather jackets I mentioned. Again, in these warm color family. This is a BCBG, and for me, I feel so chic and cute in it. I'm gonna put some pictures in the comments of me wearing this, but it's got a little ruffle in the back. Isn't that cute? Has a little zipper sleeve. And then this one is faux leather from Blank, New York. And so it's a Nordstrom brand, and you can find these at Nordstrom Rack. Better run because they're selling out fast, but I've located this jacket, more or less this jacket, in a cognac color and in black for all of my, everybody who's in my group program is wearing these jackets this year. And then our classic coat. So the leather jacket and the classic coat are layering pieces that are just going to give you a lot of breadth for combining and mixing and matching. Like I mentioned, tomorrow we're going to get more into outfit creation because we're running out of time, but I do want to encourage you to think out of the box when it comes to a leather jacket. It doesn't have to be a motorcycle jacket. It could be a jacket that is just very streamlined, even like a draped front to it, or a short version or a long version of a trench coat, right? So this is a faux leather from Zara, and it's this brown cognac color. Oh my gosh, I just feel like I feel so put together in this jacket. This is a robe coat, I call it, and anything belted, you guys, go for it because it's going to bring that waist in and highlight the smallest part of you, which is your waist. So it's got this belt in the back, so it's an attached belt, and I call it a robe coat because it does feel like you're wearing a robe, right? Love this. It's got a lining in it, so it's just beautifully made, and I've had it for a couple of years, but Zara always has something similar to that lightweight coat. I'm also showing behind me, guys, this is a fun little cotton raincoat, and I also got it in Nashville. But it's got some fun detailing with some embroidery and some sequins, and it gathers at the waist. It's this perfect yellowy tan that goes with our capsule. A trench coat is timeless when it comes to these jackets. Again, Tahar, I mentioned Zara. And then for other leather options, All Saints is a really beautiful mid to high-end luxury brand that makes beautiful leather jackets. And then you can also, I love this idea, reach out to your local resale and vintage shops and see what kind of jackets that they might have available, because I'm always looking for sustainable options when it comes to classic hardworking pieces that are already out there. So you are working with a budget, that's helpful, but also if you are conscious about how we buy and how we bring things into our homes that are both sustainable and beautifully made and long lasting. And so resale, high-end resale is a really good way to do it. With your look around to see where your local consignment shops are, do a search. There's also ones online that are great, that provide really good value too. So look into those and ask me if I can help too. All right, guys, we are over time. I figured we would be, just because there's so much to get through with day 2. And tomorrow we're going to be finishing our pieces with the last 4 pieces, which happen to be some more accessories and also a bright color top. I'm going to show you those, and then I'm going to show you how to put things together so that you're going to see the way we layer and mix and match all of our pieces, and talk about a little bit more detail about the power of 3. Okay, so you guys are amazing. Thank you for being here on this broadcast, and let me know if you're watching later on a replay, and just share your ahas. I would love to hear more about any questions you have on these pieces. And as you go in to your closet tonight with your checklist and your workbook, I want you guys to start identifying these pieces and pull them out, okay? Pull them out and make sure that you have one of each of these pieces, okay? And then we can start making outfits tomorrow, all right? Thanks guys for being here. You're so amazing. Just keep showing up. I'm so proud of all of our hard work here, and I'm looking forward to another fun day tomorrow. And Thursday we're going to have a Q&A. So definitely shoot me your questions for Thursday if you have more specific questions about any of the pieces. And we're going to have Rebecca on here too to tell us a little bit about working with me and her experience and her great results that she's had over the past. And then Friday is our packing bonus. So thanks guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.